All right, guys, a couple different things going on here. You guys are gonna take a look at this right here with me. Uh, Brick Masons, questions? Y'all got any questions? We good? Okay, okay. This right here is this looks like some stuff for the foam insulation. And I gotta get another dumpster over here because there's gonna be a lot of foam insulation that we gotta get rid of. So we have the mixer. First time I seen one of these on site. You know, electric one. They usually have one that you crank up. This is my mortar. These are those foam things. Got a little brick left over here, guys. And guys, the brick is a little dark, which is the only problem I have because when we paint it, we're gonna paint everything light. So this is what we got. So we can kind of go around this right here. Now, if you're gonna paint brick, I suggest, this is my suggestion, I suggest you do a cut joint instead of a concave or a trowel joint. Now, a concave joint is actually the best, but a cut joint makes everything look smooth. So when we get done, everything's gonna look smooth. We're about ready to get my wall back here. But this is, oh man, there's always something going on right here. These guys put this thing right here. This is a problem. We had to bust that out. It's got a lot of mud back here, man, so we got to get rid of this right here. But guys, we had one of the biggest rain seasons ever. So this is what we look like here. It's got a lot of mud here. Trying to stay out of the mud. So this right here is going to be really, really like a little private area back here on this deck here. That right there needs to go all the way up. And I got some tape that I got to get. I'm glad they left it like that. So we kind of got this right here. Now, mind you, all of this right here is going to be painted the same color. This is what we got here. Good, good. Yeah, so it's got these guys here, man. It's coming right along, man. We'll be up in the front. Now, there's some detail going on in the front. Good, looks good. Looks really good. So I got to get my wall back here. We get a couple of skid steers back here. Get all this, get all this stuff here. But so we got this foam going on here. You guys can see. It's a lot of cleanup gonna happen. This is why I didn't go ahead and drop the sheetrock off. So I didn't drop the sheetrock off because all of this stuff will stick to the sheetrock, man. Now the sheetrock guys got problems. So these are 2x6 walls. So it's right here actually. Oh wow. You gotta see what we got right here, guys. It's all the way up. And guys, to be honest with you, in this day and time, because a lot of municipalities require you to have an air barrier, and you got to seal. And so this right here, to be honest with you, is probably, in my opinion, the best way to do this right here. This is the best way to do it and stay on point with everything, because when you seal this stuff off, you air seal it as well with this foam insulation. Now guys, this is open cell foam, and you just air seal this thing off. It gets it really tight. See, we got to throw that outside. I got to get some dumpsters here. But this is the whole reason they got beer cans now. This is the whole reason I have one of these right here, bad boys here, guys. I'll take it out. You kind of see this right here. This is called a energy recovery ventilator. Where's all my stuff went? Oh, they tied it up and put it over here. Man, I was finna have a goddamn heart attack. Okay, so they tied all that stuff up. These are my, I try to keep this stuff in a place where ain't nobody, this is gonna be like a little storage attic. But I try to keep this stuff over here, keep all this stuff over here. I just out the way from all the subs, so they had to move that in order to get up in there. So back to this right here. Let me get this right here. Once again, guys, back to this right here. When you get a house that's gonna be extremely tight like this right here, because you know that foam is gonna get in all the cracks, it's gonna seal everything. So you got an air barrier seal, and then you also have a insulation. You have to, it's a good idea, and this, by the way, this is open cell foams, which it allows moisture to wick in and out of it. But this right here is what you call an energy recovery ventilator. What it does is, we're gonna attach it up here. So you got 2 holes up here. And so what's gonna happen is fresh air from the outside. See, guys, in this house, since it's so tight in here, you don't get fresh air in here. The older houses back in the day, you would get fresh air that gets sucked in through all the cracks and creaks and stuff like that all throughout the house. And what actually pulls that fresh air in is your HVAC unit. Your unit is designed, so when you close doors and things like that, that unit is designed to suck so many CFMs. And when it sucks those CFMs, if you close a door and your return is in a hallway, well, it's designed to suck that the same amount of air that was in that room is designed to suck that too. So it can't suck that, so it's gonna suck stuff from the outside, and the air from the outside comes in through the cracks all throughout the house. But now when you have a house like this, which is extremely tight, we're gonna control where we, instead of having cracks all throughout the house, we're gonna control where we suck it in at, in which we're sucking in right here. This is where we're sucking in right there, and then once we suck it in there, so what happens is fresh air comes in, it goes through this thing right here. This thing actually conditions that air and puts it in the house, and then it takes the old stale air. This thing will be stuck right here. You can see I got my wire right here. It takes the old air of the old air, and it dumps it out. So you got air coming in, it conditions it, and then it shoots it out. And that's what you want. So that way, guys, you still have in this whole house, this right here is designed to deal with the amount of square footage we got for this whole house, or for the heating and cooling for this whole house. So this right here is a, this is a, if you got a foam house, you gotta have one of these. You gotta have a way to suck in fresh air. Now, I don't know why they didn't do this right here, man, but this right here these things need to be insulated. So they need to seal this right here too. I know they need to seal that as well. Or they need to insulate that as well. Because what happens, guys, is that all of my attic space, so right here, all of my attic space, even where the unit is, all of this right here that's under the rafters, see the rafters here? Guys, this right here is, this right here becomes conditioned space. I know that sounds weird, but everything becomes conditioned space now. Everything that's under the rafters, it becomes conditioned space, which makes it much easier to deal with, guys, because now we have encapsulated our HVAC unit in conditioned space, which means that my unit, even if I have duct leakage in this right here, I'm still taking advantage of that duct leakage because it's in conditioned space. And this is how you want to do it, guys. So this right here is the way. Seal, seal, seal. So I got to get another dumpster out here so they can get all this stuff away. And then we got sheetrock coming up. I just hate to have a dumpster. So they'll come here and they'll start this right here, guys. But this is what you look like. That stuff is kind of messy, though. I tell you what, man. See, this is what it looks like when they get it on the wall. They come here with a machine and smooth it out. And guys, At one point in time, you only had your high profile insulators that were doing this right here. Now you have everybody that's doing this stuff now, man. So everybody's doing foam insulation, which is not a big problem. And the cost now has become more cost effective now since a lot of people are doing it now. So you got that right there. You have to make sure your bands and stuff also get insulated. I see a little spot right there. They'll come back later and get around the door openings. But this is what you got, man. This is what we're looking like right now. Starting to look really good in here now, guys. We come in here and sheetrock is next. After sheetrock is trim, I already have the interior doors ready. I got to put a wall right here, so I maybe want to go ahead and get some, because we got to totally get this thing encapsulated. We have to get a total thermal envelope of this right here, bad boy. So I got to put a wall right here. This is the only place I got to put a wall, and then we can do our thing. These right here, you know, I'm gonna cover this right here because I know these guys are, you know, I can just turn this around. Gotta figure out a way to get it on. There we go. This is the back side of the cedar. I want these guys to mess around and get that foam on top of this right here. I got to come here and cut these right here. These are headers. This is my first time ever doing this. But these right here, these are 4x8 cedars that the plans say that we need to do as headers over the right here. So I got to put those there. Then I got to make these right here. So I'm gonna make those in my shop, those shutters. One thing I got to do is I got to come here and I make sure that I put this right here, right in the middle. Those right there. So I got these headers that we got to go over here. I got some shutters I got to do here. This is gonna be a really nice face, especially with this little detail, this curvature of the brick. Now this is not a step out. It's not a cobble. It's actually curved. So they got to cut that brick to make that detail look that way. So this is what it's gonna look like. And there we have it. Also, one thing I'm gonna try here too, guys, is I'm gonna do a heat pump water heater here. I think I probably already talked about this right here. Heat pump water heater / well, also we're gonna do a water softener here. So do a water softener here, and there's a company, and I'm just gonna use the company. There's a company that you can rent that stuff out each month. You can rent it out each month. You can rent the water softener out each month. It costs you about $20 a month, but it keeps the water really soft. So this is kind of where we're at today. Still got plenty of brick here. I think this is going to be enough brick to do what we need to do here. Little things, but it's just little things that bothers me, man. I tell you, like this and this are not the same, so I got to get that corrected. You know, those two holes are not the same. I got to get that corrected. But I tell you, it just kind of irritates me. And I think that's all I have for today, guys. We get here and I tell you what, man, once you get this brick and get this thing painted, this is going to be one of the prettiest houses that we've had. Yeah. It's going to have a pretty face on it. I got to get with the decorator and see if we need to do this right here a different color than the rest of the house. Maybe I know these cedar beams right here are going to be a different color, so we'll do those a different color. I'll do those. I don't know. I saw the color that I like. I got to put something right in between this right here, so we can paint all that black, so it look like one big continuous window there. Okay, it's kind of what we're looking like here, guys. You guys let me know your thoughts. You guys have a good one.